Hey guys, it's been the Moss 99. It is August the 27th today, 2014, and this is actually a consecutive vlog. I actually did one yesterday. I haven't edited it yet, but that's aside the point. Anyway, I don't know. I've just been in the mood to vlog the last 2 days. I don't know why, but yeah, nothing much went on today. It was a normal day, but yeah, just felt like vlogging again, I guess. About to be a White Grove Street up in here. Got my bike out too. We're fixing to go ride down the street, I guess.
The white gangbangers that ride bikes. It's like we can't.
So Project Logic in a nutshell.
We can't afford motorcycles, so it's the best thing we got. All we gotta do is put a little special effects and go. It'll be fine.
Yeah, something like that. I'd say we're definitely on Grove Street. It was saying this is a cul-de-sac. What is that? Is that pants?
What?
Been riding these things for a pretty long time now. I don't know how long it's been, but I think I'm about to go do something else. I don't know. Yeah, it's been a while since I actually rode this thing, and forgot how fun it was. I used to do it a lot more often, but I guess I just haven't lately. I don't know. Alright, we're done with the bike, so now we're just gonna go like walk down the street one more time, I guess, just to relax or something. I don't know. Just one last time, I guess. Be pretty fun, I guess. Not really, but it gives a crap. Yeah, now we're just on the street. Kinda okay.
Kinda sudden.
That was definitely pretty sudden. It's probably like almost 7 o'clock, I think.
It's really hot right now.
It's not really that hot.
Well, it has been.
Yeah, it's been hot.
Here in Alabama, it's getting
Yeah,
hot lately.
in Alabama it does get pretty hot, pretty normally actually. So and cars come. Yep, it's Alabama, alright. That's where they got rid of that house that was there. They the trailer that was there. I think I actually showed that on like day 1 or 2 of the vlog, actually.
I think there's a little bit later than that. So I watched the videos in the room by myself.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Nah, but I'm pretty sure it was like day 1 or 2 or some crap. But yeah, they got rid of that.
Look at that hole.
The third time seeing this place today in this vlog, but this time it's on foot. But yeah.
Would you like to go through that on that dirt little road?
No, I would not.
Okay.
There's really nothing down here.
Well, yeah, there is.
I don't know. I think most people like drop their trash off down here or something.
Behind that rock, there's a giant ball of sand, that they even makes it more even darker than that crater top.
People like drop their trash off and crap.
I remember his very rich history.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it.
That's not as rich
There's a lot
as
of Indian history. I'll tell you about it now.
Okay. Yeah, so I got to thinking, I'm almost surprised that no one's challenged me to the ice bucket challenge yet. Like, I was almost certain that Dax would after he finished his. The lawman is the same person.
I actually kind of want to do it.
Yeah. I was almost positive he challenged me to it, but okay, I guess he didn't. I don't know.
People at my school, they keep on talking about it. So I was like, oh, I challenge you to this and that.
Oh yeah. But I wouldn't mind doing it. It's for a good cause.
Talk about those Bama Indians again.
Roll Tide.
That's weird. I'm actually an Auburn fan.
I'm sure old Dax wants me to go in that yard behind me. He pointed on that. Go up in there and say, caught any rattlesnakes yet? Roll Tide.
Yeah. And speaking of challenges, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but we did do the salt and ice challenge.
That was the stupidest video I've ever made.
It was one of our first videos though.
Yeah, kind of, but I'm
still stupid.
All the first videos on this channel were absolutely garbage.
Well, we also didn't have the best video quality around.
Yeah, I know, it doesn't change anything.
Has a laptop. It wasn't very mobile. Now we have the buddy.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, we're back in the yard now, as you can see.
Yeah, this is a squirrel.
Squirrel. Uh,
They have all your nuts in your yards.
what did they know?
Yeah. Sometimes I got a dog, I'll chase them off.
Alright, explain something to me real quick, Connor.
Yes.
We were just doing all that exercise, and then you go and get that Coke.
What about it?
You go and get that Coke after all that exercise and crap. I'm not 100% sure I understand that completely.
I sure don't know, but God, it's so good. I love Coca-Cola. It's good.
Crime Watch, we immediately report all suspicious persons to our police department. I highly doubt that's actually
Although police do come through here a lot.
Yeah, they do come through here a lot, but I doubt it's for those reasons.
They get charged.
It does not sound like the Oxford Police Department, in my opinion. This is probably one of the best vlogs yet, because in this one we're actually doing stuff. In the first one we were, well, day 0 we were doing stuff.
Well, let's talk about the vlog series.
That was another one, I can't remember which one. 9 or 10 or something like that. We actually did stuff, well, kind of. That day that Jax came over, we recorded Project Logic. I would have liked to have got something behind the scenes on that, but we just didn't, I guess, because he came in there $8.
There was a lot of failures to that.
Yeah, there was a lot of failures.
He had to cut out a couple of scenes because Dax couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my god, yeah, that the first scene, the
You gotta do it.
the one where Logic walks into the bar and he
His name, though.
he didn't demand it, but like get hands over his money. We had so many failed recordings of that because the key reason me and Dax just absolutely could not keep a straight face during the recording of that. He was so stupid. Like, what I was wanting to do is when he I think when he throws down the dollar on the table, I was wanting to like look up at him. And yeah, I tried that so many times, but Dax kept cracking up and I kept cracking up.
Can't keep a straight face. And
Yeah.
that one part, now I'm gonna tell you that one part where Dax is on the phone, he's kind of chuckling a little bit. That he was actually laughing, but he did it so well, it actually sounded like it was part of the actor.
Yeah, he was acting.
That actually was amazing.
Yeah, but and there was one scene we had to cut out, not because of what I'm about to talk about, but there was something else. But in that scene, I would have. Well, I hated that the scene happened, but I would have loved to have kept it because it would have actually added a lot to it. There was one scene. I think it was the one where. Hey, this may not have even happened in the final version of it, but when what was his name? Eugene, I think. When he's walking in there, and Dax, well, Logic is on the ground, talking about like the hospital expenses and such. I throw down a $1 bill. And yeah,
too much acting.
Yeah, Dax goes just a little bit too far and rips the dollar in half. I was actually just gonna go along with it, and I was, but something else happened.
But you was a shock, like you stopped him so
Yeah, I was actually shocked because I didn't think he'd actually rip the dollar, which, like I said, is not a good thing, but it definitely added to the act. But unfortunately, we couldn't keep that scene because something happened during it. And
did you ever upload that episode 2?
not yet.
Oh well. It's still a work in progress. Not really.
I mean, we're finished with this. I just haven't felt like
uploading it.
well, finishing it. Like
Editing.
I got like halfway through the editing and I just kind of quit.
I believe we're almost done with episode 3, but we had to stop.
No, we weren't even on. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
we was. Let's start raining and such, and Dax
I can't remember if I scrapped there.
accidentally spit it on you.
Yeah, that was pretty
That's
bad.
the story we've never done.
I don't know. But I guess I just talked about the well, not really behind the scenes even, just a mishaps of Project Logic episode 1.
Yeah.
Because these things happen and there's nothing that you can do to.
Maybe sometimes they happen too much.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes they happen too much. Yeah, we just walked the entire length of this road to the cul-de-sac,
I believe
and
this is gonna be a pretty long vlog.
it may be this clip right here. This individual clip is already up to like almost 4 minutes and a half, 4.5 minutes.
That one's as long. No, wait, never mind. I got the other one as long as Project Logic. I forgot Project Logic took like 15 minutes to make.
Project Logic was about 16 minutes long, I think.
But it took even longer to make. It took like an hour to make it.
Well, that's because the first episode and crap, you don't even. I mean, you're still trying to get like a
Feel for it.
a feel for how you want stuff to go. I mean, I guess this is kind of a tip for anybody that wants to make a series or something like that.
And also,
An acting or something like that.
it's also kind of hard for us to make it because there's only 3 people.
Well, that's not the point. Like, sorry, my hand. That was just so long because we were trying to get a feel for it, and I would say go ahead and expect that if you're making a new series of anything, I guess. I mean, there's always gonna be a lot of failure in that first one because you're still trying to set up the premise and all that crap. And you could probably tell just by watching it, that entire thing was mostly improv.
Like setting the series up.
No improv, like
Okay.
making
It
up
really is okay.
making up lines as we go.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Like,
Just how
we had already planned the set pieces out, like what was gonna happen, but like all the dialogue was more or less improv, like strictly improv. Like we didn't plan any. Well, I guess we planned it, but we didn't like.
make
every
up
s- yeah.
dialogue.
We didn't write a script for it, is what I'm trying to say. We did not write a script. Because honestly, I didn't feel like it, but I think
that took like another hour.
I guess it would have been higher quality if we'd
Did it?
actually written a script. But honestly, I kind of felt like just I was just in the mood to just go ahead and record and stuff. And all of us were, so we just went ahead and did it improv.
Honestly, I think it's fun that we just make up our own lines. 'Cause I don't know what's about to happen. And
Yeah, I mean it may have been funnier if that we just made up lines as we went. I mean, just react to stuff. I don't know. That's why improv is pretty fun.
And in the beginning of episode 2, it hasn't uploaded yet. We had to cut almost like a couple of scenes out because that's that kind of the cameraman. We all know what happened there because he goes too big. It's where Doctor, while Eugene is so bad, I was the doctor. The only few scenes I was in, I get cut out of it. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, there was one scene. Well, the beginning of episode 2 was supposed to take place at
the hospital.
yeah, but
Bedroom.
Dax didn't feel like being the cameraman. He had to be the main.
It's supposed to be a
Character.
fight scene. Doctor in your hospital.
Yeah, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I think this will be about it for today. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like and a comment if you want to. You ain't got to, but just if you want to support me.
Yeah.
I guess a view is good enough. But
Someone please challenge to see after the ground.
but
I
I'll
don't have to, but I think.
alright, yeah. But I'll see y'all later. Bye.